Hey, I'm so glad I'm translated. I'm rescued into the light. I'm into the, how does the Bible say? Into the kingdom realm of His beloved Son. I'm so glad God has rescued me and I'm living in the kingdom realm of His beloved Son. In the previous session we talked about tyrannical rule. And by the nature of tyranny, there's a tyrant. And the tyrant is someone who wants to impose his desire, his will, his force, if you like, and the way that he wants to do things. The tyrant wants to make everything work the way he wants it to work. So why does a tyrant want to do that? Because he wants to control everything, because in the controlling everything that is under his control feeds the information back to him that everything is the way that he wants it to be. So, I mean, the tyranny of darkness is that darkness controls your life. And I've spoken about this before, that when you're in darkness, you live in fear, you live in all kinds of different things that actually control your behavior patterns. And the whole reason for it is because we are living in an influence under the tyranny of the tyrant. And Jesus had to come and rescue us. Jesus had to come and say, I'm the only one who can pull you away from this unfortunate rulership. On the contrary, when you live in the light, you live in the kingdom realm of His beloved Son. And when you live in the light, then you can see clearly, you can have a vision, you can have His desire for your future. And He says that His plans for us, His purposes for us, His desires for us, for our future, He's got good things planned for us. Good things. Not things where He's the tyrant. He's the deliverer. He's the rescuer from tyrannical things. And so people think that they're making choices for their life. It's such a funny thing for me, actually, that people that are outside of the church think that people that live in the church are moralistic, and we are unfairly moralistic because we are all about a moral code. And that's just not what we're all about at all. We're about a spiritual order. We're about a spiritual life. But of course, they can't see it. So they look at the church and they say, only weak people need a church. Only intellectually vacuumed people or intellectually challenged people need a religion or need a church or need God. Because if you're intellectually smart enough and you're intelligent enough and you're educated enough, well, you don't need God. See how deluded they are. They are under the tyranny of their own will, their own learning, their own impressions, their own system that they've created to glorify themselves and to control things for themselves and to promote themselves. And of course, that all feeds the tyrant. On the other hand, the true freedom is in God, because God says, love me, worship me, give me glory and honor. Instead of giving it to yourself, give it to me, and watch how much freedom you have in your life, how much joy, how much abundance, how much blessing, how much increase. We're going to get into Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm going to read to you from the Message translation, verse 9, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 9. It says here, God will form you as a people holy to Him, just as He promised you, if you keep the commandment of God, your God, and live the way He has shown you. Live the way He has shown you. All the peoples of the earth will see you living under the name of God and hold you in respectful awe. Now, as I've just said to you, People out there in the world, they don't necessarily convey that respectful awe to you and I. Partly because the church has become weak. It's become a religion. It's become a weak organization, not a powerful, living, under the blessing and the order of God people. Not us. We are going over. We are crossing over. We are the people that are being formed as a holy people to Him. We are the ones that live the way that God has shown. And I'll tell you now, people are desperate to have the kind of life that you and I know we can have as spiritual people, a holy people, not a church people, spiritual people, holy people. His blessing and all of His good things are all over us, in Jesus' name.